As a second generation funeral director, really the business was built on both my father Max and my mother Madge's dedication to funeral service.
I was always really proud of my parents and grandparents that they were helping people in the community. I've grown up around knowing how important it is to respect and honour people.
I think having eternal curiosity about people really helps too. Like each day is someone new and some different family, and just hearing people's stories, it's just fascinating and heartbreaking as well.
Our vision was to be Australia's leading funeral firm, and we felt the best way to do that was to be able to provide the most meaningful funeral we could for the families we served in the Geelong region.
We're not just here to have a very transactional relationship of here's your funeral, here's your invoice, see you another time. It's about really listening to what was special about the person who's died.
Just being able to give them the gift of a funeral that meets their needs as a starting point for the grieving process is really something we're proud of.
There's a lot more focus on the individual remembering their life, having just elements that are real to them. So whether that's a song from the 1970s or a champagne toast or any number of things that can be right for people.
We're here to be able to create a meaningful service for the family, to be able to offer a whole range of options to families from a religious or a secular perspective. No, it doesn't have to be in a church, it doesn't have to be in a chapel like this, it can be on the beach if that meets the deceased, but also the family and their friends' requirements.
People, when they're coming to us, they're in a really vulnerable state. From our perspective, it's important to constantly just be giving back that support and just recognising that everybody responds to grief in different ways.
A legacy that I think's been achieved through Mum and Dad, I think for Louise, myself and now Beth, is to be respected. Part of that is around being transparent and open in your pricing, how you do things, how you allow people choices, how you don't rush people, how you're looking for perhaps new innovations that can help add value to the funeral service.
We've always just tried to keep our antenna up and our eyes open for what's the next thing, or looking at our clients and saying what do they need.
There's always been a lot more innovation in funeral service than people necessarily would think. And some of that starts with my father, Michael.
We're the very first funeral home in Australia to be on the internet in 1994. We had the first all-female funeral company within Geelong, and Womble, the funeral dog, that was the first funeral dog within Australia. Womble's just been fantastic with families, and not everyone's a pet lover, but the majority of people are, and just how that opens up that communication within a grieving situation.
We've got a fantastic team, and I'm really privileged to be able to work with them. It's very much a calling for a lot of people. Every member of the team is so important, like from that first call, whatever time of day or night it is. We've always had a lot of people who go out of their way to let us know that they're grateful for the funeral that they had and the support that they had at the time. I feel really fortunate to have grown up and lived in the community of this region of Geelong.
It's not about you, it's about how you give back to the community. We make a number of donations to a number of different sporting groups, and have done that since year dot, and that's particularly important, again, to not-for-profits or hospitals for various appeals, and we feel that's part of our social responsibility. We started very much supporting the migrant community in Geelong back in the 50s. Hopefully our legacy is that we are always willing to learn and change, and as a small family firm that's dedicated to the Geelong community, we're there to help funerals go as smoothly as they can, and we're someone that you can trust.